Welcome back in this segment of the Sports Source, brought to you by Madisonville Marine. They are big enough to carry the largest selection of boats in the area, but they're still local and family owned enough to pay attention to detail and to personal service. For more than 40 years, there has been no better place to buy a boat than Madisonville Marine. That's still true today. Get down to Highway 411 North in Madisonville, see it for yourself. You are never going to find more different makes and models of boats with one dealer anywhere in East Tennessee, Mad Marine. All right, couple of quick questions for the guys, and I mean quick. The UT softball team went from being no hit through 6 2/3 innings yesterday, and then they came back to win 7-3 over South Carolina Upstate. They will play Longwood today at noon in the regional championship. Even if they lose that one, they're going to get a second game with Longwoods. There's a good chance they advance. The Weeklies just do a tremendous job over there. Clearly, in terms of programs closest to the national title, softball is it for UT right now. Football, both the basketballs, baseball. Of those, which is closer to a national championship right now?
Women's basketball.
Okay.
I agree with you.
And I say that because they're bringing in the #1 class in the country, and they got Diamond DeShields, who's one of the best players in the country. I'm not predicting they'll do it, but if you ask me the closest, I'll go women's basketball.
Yeah, by default.
But yeah, it's a
Baseball,
process of-
men's basketball, football, women's basketball.
And Holly Warlick's also on the hottest seat of any of the coaches.
And nobody's
It's a
going to
twofer.
cavalier the question?
Good. Good. All right, that was quick.
Waiting
That was-
on Chuck.
So all right, let me show you what Tennessee's doing right now in recruiting. They're tearing it up. Look at this. The latest national recruiting rankings. Rivals has bumped them up to 7. They got safety from across the state, actually he's from Chattanooga area, from Baylor. Brendan Harris. It is Harris, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't sound right saying it, but I've got it written. Brendan Harris, the safety from Chattanooga. They've got 7th is where they're ranked in Rivals, 7th in 24/7 Sports. ESPN has them 10th. All three of those listings, only LSU in the SEC is ahead of them. It's early, obviously. Alabama will wind up ahead of them and ahead of everyone. Scout has them 15th, but that's only because Scout has Cade Mays ranked as a 4-star instead of a 5-star. Here's the cool thing about what Tennessee's doing so far. You've got 10 commitments so far. 6 of them are from in-state. You needed a big year in-state because it's a good year in-state. Also, half of those players that you've gotten commitments from are 4- and 5-star guys that you'd hope can come in and step in immediately. My question, though, this is going to be a very, very difficult recruiting year for Butch Jones, because if they get off to a slow start, that's when the hot seat stuff starts. That's when the anti-Butch crowd will roar. And it's gonna be hard to hang on to a good class if you open slow in September. Agree?
I agree. That's why I think Georgia Tech is one of the 2 or 3 most important games on that schedule, because you cannot get off to a slow start. If you beat them and then get a little momentum, I think that helps. And in-state, gosh, they've got maybe 15 more in-state offers. They won't get them all.
Right.
But if they can get 8 of the rest of the best players in this state, they have a chance to have a great recruiting year.
And you're coming off a subpar by recent standards recruiting year to me.
Yeah, top
And
15
yes.
compared to what he had been doing, which is
That,
top 10.
that poll we just saw about his approval rating may have been published right next to the recruiting rankings. Maybe
Well,
that's
I
why
think
they're
this
so
is
high.
I have a feeling this recruiting class, there's no middle ground. I don't think you're looking at 15 this year. I think it's either going to be a home run like it started out to be, or it tanks completely.
And especially in that mid-state area, no Title IX coverage day to day in the Tennessean. I heard several people say that was more of a negative factor than maybe a lot of people think of what this past recruiting class.
Interesting. All right. When we come back, it's our fast finish, and we've got some interesting numbers, some poll numbers from you that you shared with us, plus a Rick Barnes story if you haven't seen it. Come on back.